Welcome everyone to Price Action Live at TradersPost for January 6, 2026. I'm one of your traders, Tom Hartman, alongside Mike, one more trade Christensen, co-founder and CSO
Just give me one more.
Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as TradersPost, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, options, or crypto, TradersPost has got you covered. Today's stream is brought to you by Blue Sky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. Visit bluesky.pro and sign up for your first prop firm account today and trade futures like never before. Mike, it looks like the commodities market, the metals market, is the place to be. Why are we still in NASDAQ? When we just buy gold,
Because
silver?
I just really struggle to buy something that just keeps topping at all-time highs and looks like it's overbought every single day. But that's just me. I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to commodities, but also I'm a big fan of picking a system, picking an instrument, and just sticking with what works. And NQ is where it's at for me.
That's right. Well, I could totally see that. When I used to trade commodities for a brief period of time, and then it's one of those things where it's like, if there's a frost somewhere, if there's conflict in some military zone, and all of a sudden your commodity trade goes belly up. So yeah, I'll take Bitcoin and NASDAQ most days.
Well, we're about to see a small gap up here, about a 50-point gap, or 0.18%, not a huge amount here on NQ. So I'm taking a look at where I think we might open here today. One of the things I want to point out is the 675 range here has been a pretty tricky zone to get past for several days now. We got a little bit higher at the 800 and then saw an immediate rejection for 500 points down. If you sold in this zone here, you did very well. I know I was short in this area here. And then there was immediate rebound, but we've been posting a little bit lower of a high here. And I'm kind of thinking that this 675 zone has become confirmation of a rejection or a reversal and resistance. So I'm looking to see if we can close the opening gap this morning and might potentially push a little bit further down. But I'm going to watch some of these moving averages. Where this little roller coaster continues, even if it gets tighter here. VIX is pretty low. We're at 15 today. Implied volatility seems low, so it may not be a huge move today, maybe 7,500 points on either side of VWAP. So let's see what we can grab today, Tom.
I'm inclined to be bullish, actually. The dollar seems to have stopped its rise. I think it might actually start falling from here, but I don't know. I'm like, it's neutral for everything, and so when everything is neutral for me, I have a bullish slant.
Got it.
I'm currently long NASDAQ and Bitcoin right now. We'll see where that goes. We have market open in 2 minutes. No big news happening this week. Unless you count the political upheaval that's going on in Venezuela and different places. But that doesn't seem to be moving. Well, it's moving the metals market and it's moving some of the commodities. So we'll see what's going on there. I just heard one of the generals mention my home country for the first time as a place where they should bring democracy to in order to get that oil. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's been years I've been waiting to hear my country's name, and finally they're there. So democracy's coming to a Guyana near you. All right. Aside from that, I am inclined to be bullish because of the dollar falling.
I mean, certainly I can't ignore this trend so far from the overnight. I do see the bullish activity here from the open. There's definitely a lot of buy side pressure at 625, 615. So I'm going to keep an eye on where we are in the first couple minutes here before I make any decisions. But at the end of the day, price action tells the story. Let's just see where it goes.
That's right.
Where are our usuals?
Make sure we're online. Yeah, we're online.
All right, a little bit higher from the open, 0.21. There it is. All right, fairly small gap. Lots of buy side pressure still. A lot of sell side pressure at 650.
650. Right. Yeah, that's right at the monthly moving average.
645, 650, 657. So we've got, oh, wow, they ate through all of it. That looks like profit taking there. So we're heading straight to the R1 line at 675, which would be right in the middle of this band. And I want to see where we go from here. We'll see the flush out, the 401k buys,
right?
The automatic index rebalancing, all of that stuff's taking place right now. So we'll give it a few minutes from the open. New sellers just cropped up at 680, 685.
Well, I'm long silver now too. Silver, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. Let's see.
Man, this is some movement here, Tom.
Yeah.
Got a 45-point candle from the open. All right, point of control starting to form at 655. Lots of data coming though. We got to give this several minutes. So are you starting to stand up strategies on these other assets then? You looking at silvers, looking at gold?
I have to, because I can't run multiple strategies on the same asset. So I got to do that. Plus, the commodities are just driving me crazy. It's like I can't just look at it go up and up and up. Like the case now, the bull case for a commodity cycle, is high. I think inflation's going up. So,
well, I started to get real interested in going long crude because everyone's talking about how it's at all-time lows. And anything at 55 for crude is always an interesting opportunity, since crude oil tends to bounce between these ranges of 55 and 75. It's more of a mean reverting instrument rather than a trending instrument. So it hit 55 and immediately bounced, and now we're starting to see a little bit of a lift here. Crude can be an interesting one. Silver for sure. I'm always excited to see silver rallying like crazy, since I hold a fairly good collection of Morgan silver dollars. So my collection is looking even more handsome as of today.
Well,
but I keep hearing from everybody that they're expecting equities to fall in 2026, and I'm thinking, I don't know.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, up until January 16th or so, like the first OPEX, equities are usually bullish if the previous year you were up, if the market was up. But there's all kinds of, suggestions that we have the debt refinancing cycle that's peaking in 2026. So that's a Q2, Q3 sort of thing, where we can see a bunch of liquidity be pulled from the markets. You have the whole stats that the second year of a presidency is usually a flat year for for markets, because they drive it up either the year before when the incumbent is trying to get reelected, or the first year of the presidency, and then leading into midterms, it could be a little bit rocky. And then you have all the geopolitical strife here is just something that's hard to ignore. Like, that's going to show up in markets at some place. We haven't seen it yet in the bond market, in the broader bond market, but we are seeing rumblings within repo markets, within how overseas, how they're buying treasuries. All that is getting rocky. And then you have gold skyrocketing because China and such are buying gold to hedge against financial ruin. So all that is very nerve-wracking when it comes to markets, and makes me think second half of 2026, if we drop 50%, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. 15% or 50?
50, 50.
50?
Yes.
Tom, where? No, that's a huge fall. I'm not.
But I think it's a fall and then a rise.
Okay, fair. But that would require 100% rise for me to be happy with that.
Correct. And I think I've been saying this for a year now. We're getting more and more volatility, crazy things. And if we thought 2025 was crazy for markets, with tariffs and all that, man, we haven't seen anything yet. All right, so far that silver was a good call. Up 340 on that position.
All right, let's try to see if we can grab this gap close here. Absolutely not. I don't know what I was thinking on that one. I just completely ignored Bookmap over here. 625, 640, heavy pressure on the buy side. It's going to push this price right back up to point of control.
Beautiful. Yeah, long everything. That's my plan for today.
Fair enough. All right, we still need to see a complete flush out here. There's no clear signal just yet.
Oof, silver. It's a nice trade. Currently up 500. Let's see if I can keep it. Bitcoin, I'm expecting to get to 99,000, 100,000. So I've been long Bitcoin for a couple of weeks now. Pretty happy with that.
Beautiful. Hey, Hitindra. Welcome from India.
Hello, hello.
All right, giving it just a few minutes here. Look at that resistance though at 676, right on the R1 line. You know, honestly, when it comes to technical analysis, the most elegant version of it that to me is the most reliable has always just been understanding support and resistance, especially on higher time frames. And the 2-hour chart has been my spot for identifying those zones for reversal. Sure enough, I see it over and over again where I show up the next session and resistance zones that were from 2-3 days ago suddenly show up again. Today is no exception to that. Right on the line. Wicks right on the R1 line.
Yeah, and yesterday was like, it flushed right at that moment. It hit right at that resistance and boom, came right down. But to me, it's because of the two drops that we had on the overnight and then yesterday. That was what makes me think that now we break through it. But
okay,
oof, that wick on the 15-minute is pretty.
Let's try this one down to 625. That would be right at the weekly view app and eView app.
Right.
Bid 40.
Ooh, look at that. All right, lots of buying resting orders at 625. So I may have to pull the plug early. Let's see if we can flush through that though.
Well, how low could it go today? What is the level that I don't have anything. At most 25, 521. Low of the overnight.
It's hard to tell.
I have no levels calling the price right now. I mean, the only real level here is a 26,369, which I can't believe we get there today.
Yeah, I mean, now we found, it looks like we're finding a rejection right off R1 here. So it's looking a little more bearish for the day. If we start to post below, I would say 580, that could take us down to 400 again.
Right.
This is just looking from the 2-hour chart. So far, I don't have quite a trending signal just yet. So try to take a couple of scalps down just a few dollars here. $625 remains the zone of support. There's a lot of resting orders down there, which is right at the weekly VWAP.
My indicators are just showing a cluster of like support resistance all together here.
Okay, they just ate through the 625 orders, so the bottom just fell out. They're hitting the bid. 615 starting to accumulate.
Right at midnight VWAP.
Starting to accumulate, so that's electronic VWAP. Let's see if we can get a little bit further here on this. It's funny, these wicks are so big, I still don't have a signal for an entry. I'm just scalping here. Oh, I just wicked off of my take profit. Did you see that?
Yeah. When you see that,
so
do you
much.
just close out the position?
Yeah, I'd like to, but I think the selling pressure is strong enough, and I don't see a lot of. Oh, never mind. There it is. Okay, so took a little more profit there. Let's take a look at my new fancy dashboard for my P&L.
Ooh.
Hey, what's up, Peter? The other Hartman brother. All right, so we're back at break even now. I should be up, Tom. That first trade did not do well.
Yeah, I got schlacked there for 250 on silver. So I'm flat right now.
All right, buyers found support at 610, 609, somewhere around there, right below EVWAP.
Ooh, look at that candle on the 15 NASDAQ.
Interestingly, this is not very volatile just yet. These candles are actually kind of small. So as big as they look on the chart, you got to remember everything scales.
Right.
So ATR is 22, not very large. It's actually a pretty good spot for a test below VWAP here at 642. And then a test for a continuation.
Well, I still have a long bias. Come on, silver. Break up.
721 contracts just showed up at 650. So they're about ready to sell VWAP.
Yikes. This is usually where I would see a good buy moment, but 1 minute left for the 15-minute candle.
Okay.
So I'm in my no man's land zone. The 2 candles before, the 2 minutes before and the 2 minutes after, the 15-minute, I do not make any decision. All right. So that dashboard that you're creating for yourself, like that's what I want to see more and more people do things like this.
Yeah, agreed. It's been insightful. It's helped me keep track of the real risk metrics around my trading.
Yep. That 2 minutes right before the 15-minute. That's
flushed out again. Another push right back up to R1.
Nine seconds left for the 15.
S40. S41. Hit 55.
Back up to the resistance layer.
Hit 42.
Yeah, 675 actually started to pull back. Now the sellers are at 685, which just means they're lifting the offer at this point. This is looking a little more bullish now, Tom.
Yep. But since I'm on the first minute of the 15, I gotta wait for a pullback if I'm going to add to it.
Wow, look at that candle.
Yeah.
All right, ate through everything at 685. So now it's looking a lot more bullish. Let's take a look at the higher time frame here, because this would mean that if this is a continuation from here and we're going to break past the 675 level, the next zone of resistance would be around 800. As I look at the book map, yeah, I see a lot of orders at 775, 204 to be exact. There's still a lot of sell orders to be to eat through at 712 and 725, but definitely looks a lot more bullish now. Ah, that candle.
Yeah. I mean, textbook bounce off of Midnight VWAP.
It's true. I didn't think we'd eat right through R1 there. I thought we'd pull back once more. Playing a little game here. We only got
on my indicators,
halfway of that gap.
We're in resistance now at my, like the not resistance, but I don't have any other levels up here. So I'm in blue sky right now. Not sure what to look for. Should I just take profits and be done with it? I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. I have my risk I'm willing to take for the day and just take it, hit the risk, or get max profit.
Well, we're about ready to touch yesterday's high. I see a little bit of resistance at 700 here. I might have the opportunity to buy the pullback if there is one. Otherwise, this is going to be one of those days where I seriously miss the inversion.
Yeah, pullback here. Good luck. We're halfway through 15-minute candle.
They're eating everything on the ask side.
Yeah.
I hate moments like this, Tom, where I'm like, if I don't get in, I miss the move. If I do get in, it immediately turns against me.
That's right. This is where you switch this over. If I'm going to make a mistake, I might as well make a mistake on an asset. I don't know.
I don't want to chase. The chasing is not the smart play.
Of course.
So this is an extremely nice move right here. I like the regression trend on this, but I want to see it pull back to like 686 or so.
Right. Yeah, 686. Maybe all you get is 691.
Maybe. It's looking fairly balanced on the books now. A little bit of resistance at 737 and 750. But all right.
I don't like how Bitcoin's
at yesterday's high. Say again.
Yeah. I don't like how Bitcoin's fallen here. I'm almost willing to just pull out all my positions here because I listen to Bitcoin. I don't like that. I don't like this. Come on, Bitcoin. No.
Two, three, four. All right. Did we find support here?
Right at 15-minute VWAP.
87.
Jeez, did I get that? Where did I get filled at?
You got filled?
Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong account. I got filled right before that bounce at 692. So all the accounts are up right now, but I need to I need to pay attention to what's happening here. So I'd like another pullback to 690 if I can get it. A bunch of sellers just showed up at 730. So we got a little bit of room before we meet some bigger resistance. 801 is the target now.
S64. S67. S68.
We got to eat through this huge 730 line. There's 428 contracts resting there.
S67. S69. S68.
Sorry, let me go back to MNQ so you guys can see this. There we go. Up 210 too far so far.
Nice.
Okay, 730 orders are gone. They moved it up. They moved it back to 737 and 750. Let's go.
Look at that candle on the 2 hour. It's looking juicy.
This candle's nuts. I am so glad I'm part of this right now. That was a hard one to get into. Look at that. I'm on the 15-minute chart now, and you can see I got a really good entry at 692. I've got my sell limit at 792, which is right below R2. I want to see if I can take it for the full ride.
Next level up is 25,832.
Sellers just reestablished at 762, 400 orders there. I don't know. This momentum feels like it's gonna diminish real quick here.
I'm looking at the close of the 2 hour candle. Let's say this continues till then. I think I'm done then. I don't think I want to start looking at what the wicks are going to be like on the 2 hour the next 2 hour candle.
Yeah.
So I think one way or another, I'm out of these positions at 10.
I don't know. I got to take a profit here. It just feels like we lost momentum there. I don't know what this level would be, 750, but there's just too much resistance there, and you can see the buy pressure just dissipated. A lot of the orders disappeared on the books as well. We're down to like 6 and 7 quantity sizes on each price.
Right.
Most of the sell pressure is still at 760. So it looks like we just finished the flush out for the morning. We're 22 minutes in. We could trend for the rest of the day, but I'm waiting to see where we go from here. One thing to point out is I'm measuring this regression trend on the 2 hour chart, and we tested the first resistance level here at 800, saw an immediate sell-off, and then we're trying to retrace. This is technically a lower high here until we can bust through that 800 zone. But more importantly, this price just tested the top of the regression trend, and that could be the reason for this resistance here. I'm not the only person who looks at price in 3 standard deviations.
Right.
Peter asks, do you need the full ride? Tom and I used to do this thing called peaking at clubs.
That's right. We used to leave clubs at 1 o'clock in the morning when it was the most fun, and it was always the best. Everyone always missed us when we were gone, and we weren't there thrown up in taxi cabs on the way home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Smart.
But Peter, that does sound like a drug-fueled craze there, not the wholesome Christian boy stuff we were doing.
It very does. It very much does. I was fairly certain we were talking about an illicit substance.
I used to go to clubs and read Lord of the Rings in the corner underneath the light. So just to give you an idea of the kind of teenager I was.
You were sending a message, that's for sure.
Yeah. Girls would come up to me and say, like, "Are you reading?" I'm like, "Yeah, here."
It's a really nice place to read.
Yeah,
I find it to be very calming.
My God, this silver trade up $1,000 on this silver position. Jiminy Crick.
All right, so it was smart to get out here. I'm seeing a lot more resistance at 730. I'm not quite sure what this line is or what I'm missing here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there.
Other than the regression trend, which it's unusual for that to really be a confirmed territory. Usually I see price will go slightly beyond it. I really expected it to head to 800 first before we found.
Well, January 2nd, like right at where we are right now, is when
Yeah.
the huge flush happened.
Interesting. Okay.
We went from 731 down to 293.
Yeah, as I'm looking at the points of control on book map, 730 is a pretty important area, not just for session, but for cumulative orders overnight as well. Peter says, people would tell us the next day it was good when you left. It got boring after.
Yeah, that's my dream. That's always what I want.
That's what you want to hear. Life of the party. Speaking of life of the party, could NASDAQ do something now, please?
I mean, oh, you're out of your position.
Yeah. I got out. I saw resistance there and decided to take profits at that zone. Yeah, it feels like the right move, but let's see. Because now it looks like consolidation and turnover. And if I could have been right to stay in, and it's looking like that might be the case here. 760 is the next stop. There's 438 resting contracts there.
So you're not a big fan of moving your stop loss right underneath a candle instead of getting out of the position right away?
I actually usually am. Lately, I've been doing a lot of manual entry, manual exit, and I haven't been leveraging TradingView as much to manage my exits. I should probably do that in these types of instances. It would have been smarter to just do a trailing stop.
I see.
Okay, we already made it to the orders that are sitting on the books there at 760. And wow, they're just going to stay there. They're waiting for it to be filled.
63, S68, S68, S67.
So I might have been able to get, 10 more points out of that move?
I mean, who knows? Next level up is 828.
No, I'm saying that there's a wall at 760 right now. Unless we eat through this could be the place where we still reverse. Oh, they left. Somebody just pulled 400 orders off, or 400 contracts off. So now 777 is the next spot, which is 200 contracts.
Time to go all in.
We
got them scared, boys.
I've been trying to do a lot more price analysis on NASDAQ. And one of the interesting things is that price doesn't really go beyond about 100 points on either side of VWAP from the open on the regular session. It does, of course, go beyond that, but the vast majority of days are between 50 and 100 points. Interestingly, we just reached 100 points from the open, and we're touching that regression trend, which could be resistance here. Well, I know this whole session is brought to you by Blue Sky, as usual. And I've got my Blue Sky account here. I'd like to do well in it. What's the next trade, Tom?
Long silver.
Long silver.
Yeah.
Is there a move in silver? Let's go take a look.
I'm up 1,400 on that position right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a move. I mean, yeah, that's a much cleaner trend upward than NASDAQ right now.
This is what I'm saying. I'm looking at the commodities complex and I go, okay, like I get why I was scared before, but that's what I was long-term trading in and trading options or whatever. Intraday, I just need the trend for the day. And the trends are in palladium, they're in gold, they're in silver. I don't know why I'm trying to play a hero here on Bitcoin and NASDAQ. So I'm like, today I was like, I'm doing all three. I'm doing all three.
Fair enough. Still at 760 here. Long oil, Venezuela play. Yeah, that's a tough one. The situation in Venezuela is not as promising as it might sound. There's a lot of oil there, unquestionably, but their infrastructure is absolute crap. And more importantly, it's primarily sour crude. It's thick, it's heavy, and it's mainly for diesel. And it's a lot harder to extract than it is for light sweet crude. It's going to take tens of billions of dollars and years in order to extract anything meaningful there. They're not one of the biggest producers in the world because of how bad their infrastructure is out there. So any immediate impact on prices is going to be thinking way too far ahead.
That's right. Did you see Trump's talking about that they basically have to, I don't know, annex or whatever Greenland?
What?
Like he came out and said,
Six.
we have to, it's a national security thing. The Russians and the Chinese are over there, so we have to, basically take it
Denmark's not going to like that.
I was like, what is happening? What is going on?
We're just taking over the world, apparently.
Taking over the world. Welcome to Canada. Because other than, if not, I'm moving to Michigan.
You want us to annex Canada?
Please. Please. It's enough already.
It's enough already. Look at that move, man.
Pull back in silver. No, don't pull back. It was so good. Oh, well.
I'm stuck here.
It's making its way through. Come on. All right, wait. It's a 2-hour candle. All right, I'm done. I'm out of here. Closing all these positions. All right, up 926 for the day.
Well done, Tom.
I'm not. Yeah, thank you. I'm not.
Did a lot better than I did.
The next 2 hours. What'd you end up?
Down 160 on average.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Nope, it's manageable. There's probably one more good trade today, so I'm waiting for that setup now. Peter says, please take Canada.
I was at a party this weekend, a bunch of other parents, and I was telling them, I was thinking about, I would love to move to the United States. And they're like, what? How could you possibly want to move over there? It's going to be terrible. It's going to be... I was like, what? What are you talking about? It's going to be wonderful.
Is that more just like anti-Trump behavior?
Yeah, they're like, what are you going to do if Trump is in this third term? I go, I don't know.
First off, there's no third term.
Same thing as anything else. I mean, we had prime ministers here for 20 years. So
yeah, right. Exactly. You guys seen a lot more of that type of leadership.
That's right.
Well, we'd love to have you, Tom. We need more ambitious entrepreneurs like yourself. And of course, we already got you here at TradersPost. There are no other employers here. You can only be at TradersPost, by the way, if you move to America.
Right. All right, guys. I think we'll leave it there for today. We'll be back tomorrow morning for Price Action Live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope everyone took advantage of the sales that we had over the holidays, the 40% off.
It's a big one. Yeah, we had a lot of participation on that.
We're going to have new features, new things coming for TradersPost this year. 2026 is going to be even better than last year. And yes, I know you're thinking, how could that be possible? But it will. We're going to be having guests come on later on this month, so look forward to that. And if there's anyone that you want to see on the stream, please let us know. You can reach out to them online, on social media platforms. Let us know. We want to get people in front of you that you are interested in seeing. That's for Price Action Live and for Alphas, the interview show. There's all kinds of people I want to get on the docket for 2026. Darius Dale, I'm looking at you. Ken Carson, I'm looking at you. I want you guys there.
Nice. Yeah, those would be good.
Awesome. So we'll be back tomorrow morning. And until then, we wish you, as always, happy trading.
Cheers, everybody.